Hey everyone. So like the video title says, it's been over 300 days since I've been doing carnivore. So for those of you who don't know, I started on May 11th, 2023, and I was at about 460 pounds at the time. And I have come down, when I weighed in this morning, I was at 389. So I have, I've come down quite a bit. And so I've just wanted to make this video just to give just sort of an overview of, where things were, where things are, and, just kind of give you an idea of what things are looking at for the future. So I'm going to try and not make this too long, but, I just figured, with 300 days, I figured I'd go ahead and just give a little bit of background. So, yeah, so like I said, I started on May 11th, 2023. Before that, life was really difficult for me, trying to move and like go to the store or, walk around when I'm at church. I would just have a really hard time. So, wherever it was that I had to go, a lot of times I would just sit there and think about, honestly, I would almost think about how many steps I had to take, where I had to go. If I had to go to the store, I would grab onto the cart and hold on to that thing for dear life. I mean, a lot of times it was so difficult. I've gone through diets over the years. I've had a lot of good things that happened with them, and obviously the failing was a bad thing. But I've persevered through it, through all of them. But I tell you, the carnivore for me has been, for the most part, has been the easiest one. And I say for the most part, and I'll get into that in a minute. There's nothing wrong with with the diet. It is, the issue is with me. I am also addicted to sugar, and but like I said, I'll get into that in a minute. But just doing meat and fish, dairy, that really does work. I mean, it's great. Yes, it is an elimination diet. Yes, you are eliminating a lot of other things that you don't need in your life. But as you start eliminating those, and as your body starts realizing that, it's getting better, that it's healing itself, that you're going to start feeling better, you're going to have a lot more energy. It really does help. And the biggest thing that I always try to tell people is, look into it, think about it, and if you decide to do it, give yourself 30 days. Give yourself like a 2-week transitional period where you're doing a little more protein every day and a little less of all the other stuff. And then hopefully by the 2 weeks, you should be at a point where you're completely off all the other stuff, all the starches, sugars, and all the garbage, and you're just going forward with just meat. And I probably can almost guarantee that by the time you've hit 30 days, you're going to decide, I'm going to keep going, and you're going to go to 60, and then you're going to go to 90. You're going to keep going. But that's the one challenge that I always try to give people is 30 days. So for me, like I said, I am addicted to sugar, and when I first started on May 11th, I just went ahead and just went whole hog, and I didn't do any kind of transition. I just went with day one and just cut all the other stuff out. And for like I said, for many months, everything was going really well. And what ended up happening was back around November, I started drinking cherry Coke again. That is the one big downfall in my life is cherry Coke, and I was doing that quite a bit. And so that ended up leading to a candy bar to go with it. And for me, that's about as far as it went. I never went back to any of the other food. I just knew that the battle that I was going through really had to do with me trying to figure out how to, the best way to get past this sugar problem, this sugar addiction. Unfortunately, it took me several months, and it wasn't until the middle of last month, middle of February, when I actually did, and I went ahead and looked it up. I decided I wanted to figure out how much, sugar I was actually ingesting when I would do this stuff. And, you know, sometimes I would do 2 Cokes and, throughout the day, plus, a candy bar with each one. So, I was doing quite a bit. So I decided to figure out physically how much sugar that is. So I went and put this bag together, and I actually went ahead and just put Biohazard right there on the front, because, sugar is an addictive chemical. It is. I'm sorry. And for anybody that's overweight like I am, for anybody that has diabetes, or has, other issues related to being overweight. I also have sleep apnea. I had to battle, I had to do something. And, so far, all the blood sugar numbers have come down, and, they are definitely at normal. I had some blood work done a couple months ago, and not only was I no longer at pre-diabetes, I was actually out of the diabetes range. So that definitely helps. You definitely get more energy. I hate to say this, but unfortunately, when it's winter here in the South, it gets cold. And so I really did try to go walking on days when it was, 30, 32, or even below that. But, there's just a point where you go walking and you just can't do it. It's just really hard. But lately we've been having 48 degrees in the mornings, and it's been warming up. So I've actually been walking for the last several days, and I'm really enjoying being outside again. I am definitely having more energy, and I'm loving it. I'm feeling great. And, I haven't had sugar in days, and I think it's been 5 days now, and I have really turned away from it. So now what I want to do is just really quickly, I just want to, again, address some of the comments that were brought up in the last, big update video that I did. So there were some people that came on and said that because I was, they were apparently thinking that I was saying that it's okay to say that you're on carnivore and ingesting sugar. And, they were trying to say that I'm lying to people because apparently that's what I'm, trying to get across. So that's absolutely false. And so, see, the thing was, I think for a lot of people is they haven't looked back on any of the other videos that I've done, and, which is understandable, because, that video just all of a sudden took off. And so a lot of people were probably not listening as much, or were not piecing all the, everything together. I do not believe that you can do carnivore and do sugar. Absolutely not. There is no way to condone that, because there's no way to say, yes, you can do both, because it doesn't work. So, why would, if I'm going to do that, then I might as well just forget the idea of carnivore and just go back to, having pizzas and sandwiches and all the other stuff that I used to do. So no. There's also people that say that because I was having sugar, that I can't sit there and say that, it was, I couldn't be at 270 plus whatever days it was at the time that I made that video, that the clock needed to start over. Nope. Sorry. For me, I'm not doing that. I don't believe that, it's, I'm 52 years old. It's taken me all this, 52 years of eating garbage, and it's going to take a little bit of time to break those habits. So I'm going to continue with this journey. It is not a diet. Please understand this is not a diet. If I was calling this a diet, then I could understand the idea of, okay, well, I failed. It's over. Move on. Start over. Nah, this is a journey. My journey began on May 11th, 2023. So, sorry, I'm not stopping the clock and starting it over. The clock's going to continue. So that is why the title of this video says 303 days. So now I've also had some people that came in the comments and said that, the carnivore is like some sort of cult. No, because there's no cult leader. I'm not living on some sort of commune. I have money problems like everybody else. So I think one person had said that it's actually cheaper to buy all the other stuff as opposed to prices per calories with meat or some strange thing like that. No. Okay. You guys are talking out of your butts. I'm sorry. This is not a cult. Come on. I mean, I'm not sitting there chanting, some sort of weird mantra every day. Okay. This is a choice that I decided to do that worked for me. And it helps me. It gives me energy. It makes me feel better about me. And to have to sit here and, try defend myself, which is just ridiculous. So, you know what, folks, sorry, but you're not going to dissuade me from sitting there saying that, oh, this is a cult, you better give it up. No, look, it's really simple, folks. Yes, this is an elimination diet, like I said. You're eliminating pretty much everything else that you probably ate throughout your life. And all you're going to do is eat meat, eggs, fish, drink water, drink milk sometimes. You can have coffee, cheese, and then you cut everything else out. Now I do also realize that there are some people that are doing carnivore and they're still having problems. So one thing to keep in mind is, if you do find that you're cutting everything else out and you're still having problems, please certainly, see a doctor if you're having, bad pains and, reactions and different things. But something else to keep in mind too is, what you can do is you can also eliminate some of those things. So maybe eliminate the fish, maybe eliminate the dairy, maybe eliminate the eggs, maybe just go with meat for a few days. That's what they call lion diet, where all you're doing is just eating, specific types of meat, ruminant animals, I think it is ruminant animals. So definitely, you get rid of pork, but you're just staying with like cow and bison. That is certainly an option. And, I've got a bunch of other, videos that you could certainly go and, I give a little bit more information on that. I'm certainly willing to talk to you, more about that, through videos and comments. So not everybody does, can do carnivore and gets, the exact same results. Again, that's just sometimes people just have reactions to certain kind of foods when they've eliminated other things. So definitely something to keep in mind. Should that scare you? No, because you don't know, if it's going to happen. You just go for it. Just start it slow. Just start eliminating things here, adding more things there. And, like I find that, I tend to get a little more plugged up when I eat more cheese. So what I ended up doing was I just cut that out completely. No big deal. And I've pretty much eliminated dairy. And that's mostly just because that's just a choice. Not necessarily, because of, bathroom digestive issues, but I don't know. I just find that, sometimes I'll have a little bit of cheese, here and there, but like I haven't had milk in, a few months. So, I think now I'm kind of rambling. So I think I want to try and get back on topic and let's finish this out because I've been doing this for over 14 minutes. So anyway, folks, there is nothing strange or abnormal about doing carnivore. It is not, a fad diet. It's a choice to do. It's a lifestyle change that I've decided to do. And, and I really hope that you decide to do it as well. And, you may get blowback from friends, coworkers, family. But something to keep in mind is, at the end of the day, you want to feel as best you can, right? And if doing carnivore is what's going to help you, then I would say just at least give it a try for 30 days. Yes, you may get pressure from family. Why are you doing that? What is going on? But if it's making you feel better, and again, folks, this is I know I haven't mentioned this in this video, but this isn't just for people who need to lose weight. This is also for people who have digestive issues, who have inflammation, who have a lot of different other ailments that, come to find out, sometimes, not all the time, please keep that in mind, but sometimes that stuff just comes from years of eating the wrong kind of food. You would be amazed at how many stories. There are tons and tons of stories of people who start carnivore, go for 2, 3, 4 months, and start finding that, joint pains and inflammation and digestive issues start going away. So give it a try. I mean, again, what's the worst that can happen? You go for 30 days and all you do is you're eating meat and eating eggs and cheese. Well, I mean, come on. Most people really enjoy that kind of food anyway, unless you're, vegan or vegetarian. But, because, I mean, honestly, you know that when you bite into a hamburger, I mean, let's be honest, you bite into a hamburger and you start chewing and, you're feeling good. You really honestly are not thinking, gosh, these pickles are just so incredible. This bun is amazing. I can't believe I never had a hamburger with a bun. No, come on. You're mostly thinking about the meat, the burger, the meat, the taste of the meat. I mean, come on. Let's be honest. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up, folks, because I actually have to get ready to record another podcast with my brother. So I'm going to shamelessly plug the Duck and Cover Movie Podcast. We do podcast about end of the world movies and TV shows. Right now we're doing the series Jericho, and actually come to find out that Amazon's going to be doing a quick, probably 8, maybe 10 episode of Fallout. And so, and actually, which is going to be great, is they're actually going to be releasing all of those at once. So we're probably more than likely going to be watching those over, I think it comes out April 11th, which is a Monday. So probably, 2-3 days that week, and then probably record that weekend. So Duck and Cover Movie Podcast. And I've got another project that hopefully I'll be starting soon. So I'm looking forward to doing that as well. It's going to be a little time consuming, but I'll more than likely be putting it on this channel, or I may create a new one. I'm not sure. Anyway, thank you, everybody. Look, I do my best to answer every comment. I think for those of you who have been following me for a little while, you'll know that unless a comment pops up in YouTube Studio and hides somewhere that I don't see it, I generally tend to try to respond to all of them. So I want you folks to know that I'm here for you, and I'm so thankful that all of you are here to help me out and support me, and I want to be able to support you. And I will do whatever I can, as much as I can, to help you out. So anyway, thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching all the way through. Take care, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye for now.